The thing that makes me most angry is the fact that I feel like no one really has my back except other Black women. It's really tough to feel alone in a fight to be seen as equal and just as successful and just as amazing as anyone else.
The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. The most neglected person in America is the Black woman.
When you're born and you're born a woman, you already have one thing stacked against you. You're born and you're a Black woman, you have both of those things stacked against you. You just have to work hard as fuck. And there's no system in place to help you thrive.
It's really sad to think about how young it is that we all internalize those things. I may not have had the words for it, but I knew that I wasn't going to be accepted being a 4C, dark-skinned, thick Black girl. Like, I just knew that.
People in elementary school who would call me a monkey or something like that, and it's sad that we like to think that we've come so far, but we haven't.
It's mind-boggling the fact that Black people in general, and then also Black women, are still being compared to animals.
I feel like I'm a very strong person, but I'm always afraid to show that I'm too strong, because I'm always afraid that it will play into that stereotype, and all of a sudden I'll be looked at as masculine because of these stereotypes that are put upon Black women.
Black women should be quiet into themselves and sort of have their heads down and just kind of try and blend in. You are not allowed to be a bigger woman, tall, and also stand up tall and be confident. It's just not allowed.
Rape used to be used as a weapon of domination, a weapon of repression, whose undercover goal was to extinguish slave women's will to resist, and in the process, to demoralize their men. The institutionalized rape of Black women survived the abolition of slavery and took on its modern form: group rape. Perpetrated by the Ku Klux Klan and other terrorist organizations of the post-Civil War period, group rape became an uncamouflaged political weapon to stop the movement for Black equality. In the novel Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, the main character's mother falls victim to the most damaging manifestations of women's oppression all over the world: rape. Throughout the novel, the main character Janie is being led by her grandmother/caregiver through life as a Black girl. Having gone through slavery and all its horror, Janie's grandmother aims to steer her granddaughter in the right direction to avoid pain and suffering. Janie's grandmother says that the Black woman is the mule of the world, and her only motive behind suggesting Janie marry reliable old Logan Killix, her husband of an arranged marriage and a man way older than Janie, is to help Janie avoid a terrible fate that she watched Janie's mother go through. Me Too helps colored women share their experiences and feel safe to say what they want. Janie's mother would have benefited from the intersectional feminist movement of Me Too by talking to other women about how rape has threatened her life and changed her into the woman she is today. Instead, Janie had to face the world without a mother because the world was too much for her mother to face. Similar themes can be found throughout the novel The Bluest by Toni Morrison. Pecola Breedlove was a young Black child who never stood a chance. In a society that portrayed being beautiful and being white as the same thing, Pecola believed that she was ugly. Being raised by a mother that did not care and a father who was a drunk, Pecola was destined for bad things. After a long night of drinking, Pecola's dad comes home to find the little girl washing the dishes. He forces himself upon the innocent 11-year-old child. Later in the novel, it is revealed that Pecola gets pregnant as a result of the rape. When people in town hear that Pecola was raped, they turn on her and say that she was probably asking for it. Blaming the victim is still used as a scapegoat today. If Me Too had been a platform when this had happened to Pecola, maybe she wouldn't have lost her mind as a result of the rape. She would have had the support of other women just like her. Unfortunately, she didn't. The intersectionality of feminism is finally allowing Black women the opportunity to speak up and rise above all the oppression that they have faced. Me Too has given Black women all over the world a voice to speak out against their male aggressors and stand up for what is right. The Me Too movement has built a community of survivors from all walks of life. By bringing vital conversations about sexual violence into the mainstream, Me Too is helping to destigmatize survivors by highlighting the impact sexual violence has on thousands of women and helping those who need it to find entry points to healing. Ultimately, with survivors at the forefront of this movement, we're aiding the fight to end sexual violence. The goal of Me Too is to uplift radical community healing as a social justice issue and are committed to disrupting all systems that allow sexual violence to flourish. If Janie's guardians and Pecola herself had had access to a platform such as Me Too, they would have been able to heal. Instead, they created fantasy worlds or ended up dead.